I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box of this video. And please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, my main man, AB, Adrien the Problem Broner, is back at it again on social media. He's calling out the retired boxer Timothy Bradley. Now, big shout out to AB. Big shout out to Timothy Bradley. For the people that don't know, you might think that this social media jab by Adrien Broner is the first time that he's mentioned Timothy Bradley, but this is something that's been brewing for a while. This has been something that's brewing for a while. You can actually go back, do your homework on this. Timothy Bradley, let me rewind. Let me explain for the people that don't know. And if you listen to this channel, you should know. But just in case, Timothy Bradley, top-ranked fighter, fought Manny Pacquiao a couple times. He fought Jesse Vargas. He fought Ruslan Provodnikov in an absolute war. Timothy Bradley is was one of the best fighters in the world. Trained by Teddy Atlas. Big Timothy Bradley fan, but he basically retired after the Jesse Vargas fight. He hasn't fought since then. I'm almost sure that he hasn't fought since that Jesse Vargas fight. Now, Adrien Broner, he basically told Tim Bradley to bring his bitch ass out of retirement and meet him at 144 pounds. Now, I don't know if this 144 pounds is the new weight for Adrien Broner. It was kind of like the Canelo weight with the 155 that he had going for a while. But Adrien Broner told Timothy Bradley come out of retirement, meet him at 144. I like this talk from AB because that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Even with Tim Bradley coming off of retirement, that's a great fight, period. And Timothy Bradley has made it perfectly clear that he's not a big Adrien Broner fan in terms of him being a fighter. He said in several interviews that if he was to come back to fighting, that Adrien Broner would be the perfect tune-up for him. And I was like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, you're that good. You think you're that good to the point that where you think you come back from retirement and Adrien Broner is a tune-up? I was like, damn. I was like, Tim Bradley in here talking that shit. And he's also said that Adrien Broner's not a smart fighter. He's not bright inside of the ring. And basically, he think Adrien Broner would be easy work. And like I said, it's several interviews with Tim Bradley where he's stating that. And big shout out to the actual channels that did the interviews with Tim Bradley. But this is something that's been brewing for quite a while. And I hope it actually happens. I hope Tim Bradley comes out of retirement. Now, I don't like the damage that he took in a couple of his fights, especially with Provodnikov and the Pacquiao fights. I think he definitely needed that rest and that break. Give his mind and his body and his brain just a break from boxing, just the physical grind of a boxing. But I would love to see Tim Bradley back in action, going up against a lot of these PBC guys. When he was with Top Rank, he only had, you know, basically Jesse Vargas to fight and Manny Pacquiao, and then he had the one fight with Marquez. But he never had great options with Top Rank, even though Bob Arum took care of him from a money aspect. But Tim Bradley fighting PBC fighters or Showtime fighters, that's a great look. That's a great look. And this Adrien Broner versus Tim Bradley fight would be a great fight. Like, it would do major numbers, you know, in terms of viewership. That fight's definitely doing over 1 million views Definitely. The build up would be crazy because Adrien Broner would just be talking mad trash to Tim Bradley. And then if Teddy Atlas is there, you know Teddy Atlas is going to get his 2 cents in as well. The only problem I got with the Adrien Broner proposal is Tim Bradley's not coming down to 144. That's just not happening. That's just not happening. 144 is basically welterweight, so that's 147. At the very least, Tim Bradley will do 147. But coming off of retirement, Tim Bradley might only be able to do like 150 or 154. Anybody that doesn't know Tim Bradley, and this is why I had a conversation with a couple of people earlier, and they were talking about weight bullies. Like, they will always say, like, oh, well, they always mention Earl Spence and weight bullies. And, oh, well, he weighs this much in his off season and he, comes down to this weight. He's a weight bully. Nobody says that Tim Bradley is a weight bully, but it's known that Tim Bradley, when he's not fighting, he's walking around at like 185. He's walking around in the 180s, 190s, and he's coming down to 147. That was the reason why he went vegan. For the people that don't know, like, Tim Bradley, like, he became like a vegan, but during his fighting days, like, he would be like between 180 and 190 walking around, and he would come all the way down to 147, and nobody mentioned him as a weight bully because Tim Bradley's not known for having power. If you just looked at his physique, you would think he's the most powerful dude in the world, but it's not about your look in terms of physique, whether you have power or not. So Tim Bradley in retirement, Tim Bradley's probably about 200 pounds or over 200 pounds right now. And I haven't seen any recent pictures of Tim Bradley, but at the bare minimum, he's probably 180. The maximum, he's probably like 200 pounds. And Adrien Broner wants him to come down to 144. Like, Adrien Broner's talking heavy. He's talking a lot of shit, and I love it. But Adrien Broner knows what he's doing. He knows that if Tim Bradley signs up for this fight at 144 pounds, Tim Bradley's at a disadvantage automatically, just with the weight cut. Automatically with the weight cut. And Tim Bradley would be probably a dead man walking at 144. Like, he hasn't fought at last time he fought under 144 was back when he was fighting like Devin Alexander for 140 supremacy way back in the day. Like, he's been fighting at 147 forever. So Adrien Broner definitely knows what he's doing with the whole 144 pound thing. But this is a great fight, and technically it's a great fight because you don't know what, this is just if it happens. You don't know what Tim Bradley is going to show up, and that's the one knock on Tim Bradley. Like, Tim Bradley can have a fight where he's just putting on a master class, like against Marquez. When he fought Marquez, I mean, he boxed beautifully. Like, he won 8 rounds to 4, 9 rounds to 3, in my opinion, against Marquez. And Marquez is one of the best tacticians of all time. Now, it was rumored that he was on the finest juices too, but we're not going to get into all that. But you got that fight, and then you had like the Jesse Vargas fight where he just boxed beautifully. And then you got the other Tim Bradley that thinks he's a power puncher. He thinks that he can just come in and just become a brawler. And you had like the Manny Pacquiao fight where he was doing that. And then the Ruslan Provodnikov fight where he did that. And it was just a bad look for him, fighting in that style. So you just don't know with Tim Bradley. What Tim Bradley's going to show up now. If it's Tim Bradley, the boxer, then, AB's in for a long night. But if Tim Bradley goes in there trying to brawl with Adrien Broner got a pretty good shot of beating Tim Bradley, like, no doubt about it. But this is a developing situation. They're definitely talking. They're definitely in negotiations. And we got to see if this comes off, and if it comes off, this is great for Showtime, great for boxing, period. So y'all let me know what y'all think of this situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the fight that could possibly happen between my main man, AB, Adrien the Problem Broner, versus one of the best fighters in the world when he was fighting, Timothy Bradley Jr. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.